it comes to racism, that ain't me. But there's what I call the other white person. Now these other white people, they treat people of color as if they are not a human being. They say mean things like the N-word, not in a friendly way, not in a brotherly way, like homie to homie, or a black person, a black person in common couture, common speak. They do it in a hateful slander, rhetoric, racism.
But I don't really see skin tone or skin color, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for the people. But I had to have a conversation with somebody of white ethnicity, as they would identify them. You know what I'm saying? And they couldn't really explain to me why somebody would do something like that, besides to be very hurtful. You know what I mean? My ancestors and the people who came before me, they went through very much trauma, very much traumatical experiences with this word. You know, it's like a universal, and everybody knows not to use this word to anybody. You know what I mean? And so when we speak about it, why would you drive down the street and just say that to me? You know what I mean? Like, it hurt. It hurt my feelings. It really made me ponder and just wonder, is there any hope for humanity? You know what I mean? As I'm coming down, I had to have a talk with this just to get it off my chest with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
To me, racism is bad. Classism is bad. Everything associated with not allowing a human being to have the human right to life principle, the human right to life and a dignified labor, and the human right to the pursuit of happiness. Anybody who stands in that way, anybody who stands in the way of somebody becoming successful, obviously they don't know that you reap what you sow. And at the end of the day, Black Lives Matter to me, because my first mentor in the film business was Matthew Earl Jones, who was the brother of James Earl Jones, the son of Robert Earl Jones. If it wasn't for Matthew Earl Jones, who's a black Jew, I wouldn't have got my first gig working on a major movie production. I wouldn't have had a father figure or a mentor figure to teach me about how to create different kinds of media.
I was raised by my grandmother, and she really instilled traditional values inside of me. So shout out to Madeline Robinson, you know, Jehovah's Witness, my grandma, you know, she instilled that in me earlier. But she also instilled the beauty of life inside of me. You know, go around treating others how you want to be treated. You know, the importance of kindness, the importance of generosity, the importance of having an open and sound mind. You know, I come out here every day, and it's not easy, but I pick myself up when I get around these people in the community, and we all get to sharing our stories and sharing our testimonies and what we overcome and the hardships that we had to face. And I realize that I'm not alone. I've never been alone, you know? But I also get that feeling and that sense sometimes, because a lot of the times people want you to rise up to society's expectations and limitations. And that's part of the reason why I felt like my life wasn't worth living. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? I wake up every day now and I count my blessings. You know what I'm saying? I got shoes on my feet. I can get some food in my stomach. It's people going hungry right now. You know what I mean? It's people whose voice will never be heard, that I speak for them today. I speak on their behalf.
the suspect's phone records.
Thank you for calling, Brandon.
Why won't you subpoena the suspect's phone records?
Brandon. The suspect is going to be arrested. Okay, I'm explaining that to you.
Why won't you subpoena his
I've
phone
done
records?
my investigation.
No,
I'm
you
done.
haven't. Subpoena his
I'm
phone
done.
records.
Would you like to speak to my supervisor?
Now, I'm going to speak to the Attorney General.
Okay, you call them.
Storyblocks Audio.
Was a cold November morning when I got scared and I left without a warning. I'm so freaking sorry that I didn't stay. Didn't mean to run and throw it all